Now, I might be hated for saying this, but I kind of like Conor McGregor. Am I a Conor McGregor fanboy? I definitely used to be, although a little caveat, these days I don't endorse his behaviour whatsoever, even the last few years in general. Since he stopped fighting, he has been all over the place, but that come up of Conor McGregor, we all have to agree, was incredible. And go on Conor McGregor's Instagram or his Facebook and pick any post of your choosing, and the guy gets so much hate. However, this is not a recent thing. He's always got hate, even before he was a bit of a dirtbag, and today is no different. Conor McGregor just posted some footage of him grappling, and he's receiving a little bit of backlash for it. Well, not backlash, just criticism, let's say. So in this video, we're going to take a look at this supposedly bad grappling footage. We're going to break it down and ask ourselves the question, can Conor McGregor grapple? Let's just jump straight in. So I watched this and I thought, what's the big deal? What could someone potentially have to say about that? Now, I'm no professional grappler. In fact, I've only ever done grappling a little bit in my martial arts journey, years and years and years ago. If I have a little wrestle, I can hold my own, I can submit people, but I'm no expert. But in my humble opinion, I just look at that and think, okay, he's just having a little bit of a flow. He's just doing some drills. There's no real effort going into it. But then we had some MMA fighters with opinions like these. First, we got Chase Hooper. Objectively, that's a white belt level neon belly. Alright, Chase, I know you're a good grappler, but come on, mate. Taking this small slice of footage and then saying that Conor McGregor I was going to say Conor McGregor and Conor McGregor's neon belly. So saying that Conor McGregor has got a white belt level neon belly, it's a little bit silly. That's the double champ, that. And then he somewhat corrected himself here. He said, looks like drilling or light flowing. That being said, you should look better with that little resistance than you actually are. Chase, I know you'd batter us all, but isn't the whole point of drilling or light flowing, as you said, to just be exactly that? To just drill the moves and lightly flow with the movements. Let's watch again. So we got McGregor here. He goes for the neon belly. You can see he's clearly thinking through the movements. There's no resistance. Like, what does Chase Hooper expect him to do here? There is little to very light resistance. They're just chilling with it. Now, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's a pro, if he's an amateur. I don't know if he's just some guy at the club who Conor's trying to help get work in. But we don't really know the context. Conor's just going light here. Okay. You can see Conor's looking up very nonchalantly. He's not putting too much effort into it. He's letting the lad work out of the position slightly. Could Conor McGregor go for the submission here? Yeah, of course. But he's just flowing with it. I'm seeing no red flags here. Well, I'm not an expert either, but people don't half look into stuff that doesn't need looking into. And then he latches up the arm here, which is very nice, in a very nice controlled manner. Pretty sweet, if you ask me. And then Jake Shields said, I can't believe he even posted this. So are we now in this realm where you're not allowed to post anything unless you look like an absolute world beater? It must be so hard for fighters because especially when you're training, maybe 50% of the time you're going to look like a world champion. The other 50% of the time, you're going to be knackered, you're going to be fatigued, you're just going to be showing up to get the reps in. You're just going to be doing light drills or light flowing like this video. But if you were only ever posting the times when you look like an absolute savage, it's not real, is it? Everyone always talks about social media and Instagram being fake, and people only ever share the highlights. McGregor shares something like this after all he's accomplished, and he's not really asked because he hasn't really got much else to prove, really, and people have still got something to say about it. Now, I'm gutted that McGregor didn't post this on his Instagram or on his Facebook because you would have seen loads of other comments like this. People have always got a very strong opinion of McGregor's grappling. However, when has McGregor's grappling ever looked really bad? Okay, against Nate Diaz, when Nate Diaz is literally known for his grappling. Khabib, I mean, it's Khabib. And McGregor actually defended Khabib's takedowns pretty well in that first round. Khabib went single leg, then eventually chain wrestled to the double leg, but that's just what Khabib does so well. Okay, against Poirier a little bit. Now, if we contrast that training clip to a clip of him wrestling and grappling with a bit more intent, we can clearly see the difference. Let's check it out. now you can see the effort being applied. So this would be a highlight. Nice inside leg sweep there. Hooks the leg. I was doing that the other day in Muay Thai, not realising that you're not allowed to do it. See what I mean? Now, I don't know who this guy is, who he's wrestling, but he's clearly got some skills. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay, okay. Oh, see what I mean? See what I mean? Hey, Chase Super, where are you at now? Now, granted, this is an old video, but it doesn't matter. McGregor's still going to have these skills. Just needs to sharpen the iron a little bit, that's all. Nice. Grabbing the leg. Moving round. Oh, that was a nice back take. That was a nice back take. Jake Shields, where you at? McGregor's got bad grappling. He's a white belt. Doesn't look like a white belt to me. How's he going to get out of this one? Oh, that looks good. How'd you get out of that? Oh, you broke the grip. Oh, that was nice. See what I mean? It's very good. A little bit more here. Slimmer, younger lad. Oh, that inside leg sweep's nice. Need to learn that. Control. Oh, he stood on his head. Is that legal? So my point is that anyone can look at training footage in isolation and then extrapolate that out and make the assumption that, oh, well, that person isn't good because look at this 30-second footage where he's doing a white belt level neon belly. But you can't do that. It's training footage. So instead, let's take a look at McGregor's grappling in some of his fights. Now, shout out to this guy, The Fight Dialogue, who's put these clips together.
As always, I'll start with defense. And since every fight begins standing, I will analyze McGregor's takedown defense first. Being the stand-up fighter that he is, it's easy to see why it would actually be one of the more developed aspects of Conor's grappling. He's fended off some very solid takedown attempts from some of the best artists known to do it. Despite having some success defensively, he has been taken down quite a few times throughout his career. The main reason for this, I believe, stems from his fighting stance. Conor usually throws a lot of kicks. When he throws kicks, he employs a more traditional sideways stance to make his kicks faster and easier to administer. The fatal flaw of this type of stance, however, is that it makes you very vulnerable to the single leg takedown. His leg juts out towards his opponents at an exaggerated angle, and as long as they don't get hit on the way in, it serves as a clear path for this type of takedown. I think it is important to note, though, that McGregor is actually quite good at defending the single leg.
Yeah, that exchange there, that defense from McGregor is really nice.
He will turn away and limp leg out, while stuffing the head so his back isn't taken. It's when his opponents use good chain wrestling combinations that he starts to lose the battle, because his initial defense is good, but when his opponents switch to a double leg from off of that single leg attempt, or they trap him against the fence, his escape options become more and more limited. He's not terrible against the fence. That much was made apparent to me after watching the Diaz fights, and also his fight with Eddie Alvarez. He seems to pretty much know what to do there, as you can see, as he refused to let Eddie connect his hands underneath his hips. He likes to use an overhook and then one hand on the bicep to achieve that defense. Conor isn't terrible up against the fence, but he does get stuck there for long stretches of time. So against the craftier guys, he is just postponing the inevitable.
A lot of strikers are like that. They tend to get a little bit complacent when they're up against the fence. Now, of course, that is a skill issue, but I've always seen people be highly critical of Conor McGregor's takedown defense and his grappling, when I just don't think we've had enough evidence to point in the direction of it being bad. that or warranting that level of criticism. He is a striker at the end of the day. People need to take that same energy and apply it to some of the other fighters who don't have the strongest ground game. Alex Pereira, I know he hasn't been submitted before, but he has been taken down a few times. You don't ever hear anyone talking about Alex Pereira's takedown defense or his wrestling. I think the reason why Conor McGregor gets so much criticism is because of his personality. He's a very polarizing character, so he's easy to love and he's easy to hate. I posted this video on the 1st of November, but I only just seen it the other day, and it's him rapping to Notorious B.I.G. and people in the comments are proper hating on him. Look at this little divvy right here. Today I have a better physique than the king. Well, yeah, if all you're doing is lifting weights, you're going to have a better physique than an MMA fighter whose job is to fight and not to lift weights. Conor McGregor looks in great shape. You can see here people are criticising him for not finishing the lyrics of the song. If you don't know, now you know, kiddie. Now, I was really pleased to see this. This is McGregor training some capoeira, just like the old days. Let's check it out.
Let's go. Nice one. Nice.
Oh, it's only a short clip.
Nice one.
Oh, he goes to throw a spinning kick as well. Looks good there. He also put this tweet up the other day apologising about this entire court case situation. People want to hear from me. I needed time. I know I make mistakes. 6 years ago, I should have never responded to her outreaches. I should have shut down the party. I should have never stepped out on the woman I love the most in the world. That's all on me. As much as I regret it, everything that happened that night was consensual and all the witnesses present swore to that under oath. I have instructed my legal team to appeal the decision. I can't go back and I will move forward. I am beyond grateful to my family, friends, supporters I have all over the world who have stayed by my side. That's it. No more. Getting back to the gym. The fight game awaits. Well, come on, Conor, because we're all waiting. And look, if you want to retire, just retire. It's fine. But if you're saying that you're coming back, we're going to get excited. People are saying he's 36, his fighting prime is behind him, it's time to retire, and I understand that. Can he capture the world title once again? Probably not, no, but I do think he's probably got a few decent fights still under his belt. Maybe in the top 10 or even outside of the top 10. A little warm-up, tune-up fight like the Donald Cowboy Cerrone fight. Bring a bit of life back to the sport. Conor McGregor, Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall. Also, whilst we're on the subject of MMA, this fight was announced yesterday. 1st of February, MVP versus Sharabullet Magomedov. This will be an absolutely sick fight. We've seen Colby Covington lose last night as well against Joaquin Buckley. I think Covington's days are over, really. Either Colby needs to retire, fight more, and stop having these 1, 2, 3 year layoffs, or fight people a little bit lower down in the division. So anyway, what do you guys think of everything that we spoke about in this video? Comment all your thoughts down below. Appreciate you all tuning in. I hope you are all having a good December, and I'll see you tomorrow.